This is Mac OS Ken.
Spending and saving with Apple Card. 19 million will be fine for Brazil. And streaming titles in plastic form. It is Friday, the 14th of October, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/MacOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Ladder, smart, dynamic term life insurance. Do you worry about what would happen to your family financially without you there to kick in? I know you're not going anywhere. At least you're not planning to. What we call the unthinkable happens all the time. Planning for it is scary, it's depressing, and it's something we really shouldn't put off. If you need term coverage life insurance, choosing through Ladder makes it easy. Ladder is 100% digital. No doctors, no needles, no paperwork when you apply for $3 million in coverage or less. Just answer a few questions about your health in an application that will take you less time than you will spend listening to today's show. You just need a few minutes and a phone or a laptop to apply. Ladder's smart algorithms work in real time, so you will find out if you are instantly approved. You can put this worry behind you. So go to ladderlife.com/MacOSKen today to see if you are instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/MacOSKen. ladderlife.com/MacOSKen. Apple is expanding its Apple Card offering. A piece from TechCrunch says the company is partnering with the card's backer, Goldman Sachs, to offer high-yield savings accounts for cardholders sometime in the coming months. Folks will have two ways to add to their savings. The first will be the daily cash they're already getting from card transactions. The card generates cash back payments of 1% to 3% based on various requirements. The other way is just kicking in money. According to TechCrunch, Apple says that customers will be able to deposit additional funds through a linked bank account or their Apple Cash balance. They can also withdraw this cash at any time by transferring it back to that same linked bank account or Apple Cash card without having to pay fees. There will also be no fees, no minimum deposits, and no minimum balance requirements for the savings account, according to Apple's press release on the program. As for how high the high yield is, we'll have to wait to find out about that. Currently, TechCrunch says such accounts are offering annual percentage yields, or APYs, of between 2.2 and 3.1%. That said, the program's not starting for at least a couple of months, so who knows what high yield will mean when it does. The TechCrunch piece has Apple indicating that it's not prepared to announce the APY due to the particularly dynamic interest rate environment at present. From saving money to forking it out, Brazil is looking for another $19 million from Apple. CNET says the South American country has fined the company that much for, once again, leaving chargers out of the box with the latest phones sold there. According to the piece, the fine is the result of Apple appealing a Brazilian order banning it from selling iPhones without a charger in September, when it was originally fined $2.38 million by the Brazilian Justice Ministry. Apple has said, and reportedly argued to the court, that leaving the chargers out was part of its effort to reduce carbon emissions. If you want an Apple Studio display without paying the Studio display price, get thee to Apple's Refurbished store. Not sure how I missed it, but Mac Rumors ran a piece Wednesday saying that Apple's Super Screen had landed among the good as new offerings. Describing it, the site says the 27-inch Studio display features a 5K resolution, 600 nits brightness, true tone, wide color support, and more. It's equipped with multiple ports and is compatible with modern Macs. Checking Thursday night, I spotted 4 from which to choose. A refurbished Apple Studio Display standard glass tilt-adjustable stand for $1,359. That is $240 off the new price. There was one with a nano texture glass and a tilt-adjustable stand for $1,609, $290 off new. A refurbished Apple Studio Display standard glass tilt and height adjustable stand for $1,699. That is a savings of $300. And finally, one of those with the nano texture glass for $1,949, $350 less than new. Mac Rumor says this is the first time these displays have made the refurbished store since their introduction in March of this year. Maybe the biggest drag about the refurbished store, products come and go, likely depending on what's been returned and rehabbed when. That said, the Apple displays are in the refurbished rotation. She may not get the Super Bowl halftime show, but Taylor Swift and Apple are tying up on a pretty big promotional push. 9to5Mac says Swift's music will be featured in a new round of music-focused workouts on Apple Fitness Plus. Well, music and fitness focused. In a post on Instagram, the Apple Fitness Plus account said, "Get ready to sweat, Swifties. In our next Artist Spotlight, you will be able to work out to the tunes of Taylor Swift, including tracks from her monumental new album, Midnights. It's time to close your rings and pre-add TS Midnights on Apple Music now." It being Instagram, there was an emphasis on the art. The post juxtaposed pictures of Swift from Midnights with pictures of Apple Fitness Plus instructors striking similar poses. No word in the piece on when Swift's Fitness Plus Artist Spotlight will hit. The album Midnights is set to drop on the 21st of October. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, BetterHelp, online therapy. We've talked for a while now about using therapy to help solve problems. Maybe the problem isn't something that can be solved, though. Maybe the problem isn't the problem as much as how we deal with them. Can you tell the difference? And do you know what to do? If you're not sure, consider BetterHelp. Sometimes we talk ourselves into ideas or reinforce thinking in ourselves that may not be helpful. Talking to a professional counselor can help us out of that. What's great about BetterHelp, it's convenient, it's accessible, it's affordable, and it's entirely online. In the past, I have really liked being able to text my therapist just to check in and exchange ideas. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/macOSKen today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/macOSKen. betterhelp.com/macOSKen. And thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's show. If you like some of the shows on Apple TV Plus but feel like they need to be in landfill someday, good news, I guess. Apple Insider says 4 of the Cupertino streamers series are getting DVD and Blu-ray releases, though they may not be for everyone. The report says Dazzler Media, a UK video distribution firm, will issue the first 2 seasons of For All Mankind, The Morning Show, See, and Truth Be Told over the next few months. Saying they may not be for everyone is not a comment on the quality or age appropriateness of the shows. Rather, it has to do with the UK distributor. Apple Insider points out that DVDs are typically region-locked, though a manufacturer can elect to make them Region 0, which means they can be played anywhere. It's a similar situation with Blu-ray discs. So who knows whether they will be playable where? Assuming they are playable in all parts, some will be available in time for the holidays. The release schedule, according to the report, For All Mankind Season 1 hits November 28th, with Season 2 following on the 26th of December. The Morning Show Season 1 hits the 5th of December, with Season 2 following on the 23rd of January. Season 1 of C will hit on Halloween, October 31st, with Season 2 following on the 14th of November. And Season 1 of Truth Be Told will hit on the 5th of December, with Season 2 following on the 6th of February. And finally today, there is a trailer out for the Apple TV Plus documentary about jazz musician Louis Armstrong, and personally, I can't wait. Cult of Mac writes up both the trailer and other information on the documentary. According to Apple's own description, Louis Armstrong's Black and Blues offers an intimate and revealing look at the world-changing musician, presented through a lens of archival footage and never-before-heard home recordings and personal conversations. Apple goes on to say that the definitive documentary shows how Armstrong's own life spans the shift from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement, and how he became a lightning rod figure in that turbulent era. Cult of Mac says the film was made with the support of the Louis Armstrong Educational Foundation, which is how they got the previously unseen goods. That includes hundreds of hours of audio recordings, film footage, photographs, personal diaries, and a lifetime's worth of ephemera, according to the report. Once again, Apple appears to be eyeing the Oscar race. Cult of Mac says the film will hit select theaters on Friday, the 28th of October. It will start its run on Apple TV Plus on the same day. Between now and then, you can catch the trailer on YouTube. Today on the Mac Observer's Daily Observations podcast, Facebook's own Mark Zuckerberg has made some comments about Apple and the metaverse that aren't really worth reporting, but they are worth talking about. TMO managing editor Jeff Butts and I will do that. Plus, it looks like Lufthansa has finally chosen a direction on bag trackers. All of that and more on today's Daily Observations podcast from the Mac Observer, online at macobserver.com or wherever you get podcasts. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Ladder, smart, dynamic term life insurance. Learn more at ladderlife.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.